So on your back with your knees bent, feet can be as wide as your mat, and let your knees fall in towards each other. Place your left hand on your heart and your right hand on your belly. Just take a few breaths in and out through your nose. Maybe even exhale out through your mouth. Take a big breath in, hold the breath in, and exhale through the mouth. And then we're going to take an inhale and exhale Om. So inhale. And continue to breathe deeply and fully, moving into your Ujjayi breath. Gentle restriction at the back of the throat. You can think of saying the word Sa as you inhale and Ha as you exhale. Go ahead and bring both of your knees into your chest. Give yourself a great big hug. And now release both feet to the floor, keeping your feet back in line with your hips. Go ahead and cross your right ankle on top of your left thigh. You can flex the ankle and spread the toes wide. And now interlace your fingers and wrap them around the back of your left thigh and bring both of the knees in towards your chest. Suchidrasana. Making sure that your lower back is not pressing into the mat. So just tip your pelvis forward so the base of the sacrum is heavy and your lower back is lifting off. Draw the head of your arm bones back into the earth. Feel your shoulder blades press firmly against the back of the rib cage. One more breath in and out. And now slowly just take the right leg off of the top of the left leg and stretch it along the mat. Press your right heel into the earth and the back of the thigh down. And now push your left thigh into the hands and extend your left foot up towards the ceiling. For a little hamstring stretch. Keeping that same nice long neutral spine. Toes are active. Walk your hands a little bit further up the leg, bringing it in closer to you if you can. You can bend the knee if you need to. Take your peace fingers and grab a hold of your big toe. Draw the left shoulder blade or arm back. Draw the shoulder blade down. If you can, extend fully through your left knee. Or you can keep the knee bent if you need to. Take your right arm all the way up above your head. The thumb is pointing down. Keep your ribs drawing in. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Keep breathing. And now bring the right arm up, bend your left knee. Use your right hand to guide your left knee over to the right, just for a little twist. You can hook the left foot on the inside of your right thigh. Full breath in, Full breath out. Slowly release and then gather your knees into your chest one more time. Good. Second side, right foot to the floor. Cross your left ankle on top of the right thigh. Spread the toes wide. Interlace the fingers to the back of the right thigh and draw everything in towards chest. You can use a forearm of your left arm to push your left knee a little bit further away to get a little bit more opening if you desire. Remember to keep your lower back off of your mat and continue breathing deeply and fully. One more full breath in. Last exhale here. Carefully uncross your left leg. Stretch it all the way down. And oops, I nearly took my plant out. Press the leg all the way down into the earth. And now slowly extend your right foot up towards the sky. Spread your toes. Go ahead now and bring your right leg in closer to you, bending your knee. Take your peace fingers to the big toe. And once you catch a hold of the toe, draw the head of the arm bone back so you feel the shoulder blade reconnect to the back of the rib cage. Keep your knee bent if you need to, or straighten it out to any degree here. Hold it here, keep breathing, push through the heel. Now go ahead and bring your left arm all the way up. Almost forgot that part. Re-bend your right knee and take it over to your left for your twist. And then come back to center, both knees into the chest. Take your hands to the back of the head. You can keep your head down, or you can nod your chin and lift your head and shoulders up. So you're on the tips of your shoulder blades. Extend both legs up towards the ceiling, legs as straight as possible. So really squeeze the front of your thighs. Pull the navel in, press your lower back into the earth. Now we're going to scissor the legs a few times. Go as low as you can keep your lower back on the mat. So off we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bring both legs up. Bend the knees. Grab a hold of the shins. You can rock up to seated or roll onto your side and come up. Your choice. Cross at your ankles. Roll over your shins and make your way onto your hands and knees. Toes are tucked under, knees are under hips, wrists underneath shoulders, fingers spread wide. Move into your cat and cow. Your breath invites the movement here, so start the breath and then allow the move to follow. One more of each. And then come back to a nice long spine. Extend your right arm and left leg, keeping the ankle flexed, fingers spread wide, bend the elbow and the knee and bring them in towards the center. Inhale, extend. Exhale. You can keep the spine straight. You can round it a little bit, whatever degree is comfortable. As long as you move with your breath. Hold it out here. Cross your left leg over to the right and bring your right hand as if you wanted to reach your left foot and look over to the right shoulder, just stretching out the left side of the body. Hold it here. Breathe, breathe, breathe. And then slowly pick everything back up and bring it back to center. Second side. Left arm And right leg, stretch it out on the inhale, exhale, bring it in. Stretch it out and hold it out. Bring the right leg all the way over to the left. And the left hand as if you wanted to reach for your right foot, sorry, but rest the fingertips down. And now look over to the left shoulder. And slowly bring everything back to the front again and release. Keep your toes tucked and just sit back on your heels for an extended active child's pose. You can keep your palms down for this. Let the belly rest on the tops of your thighs. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. One more inhale and exhale. Making sure you feel a strong connection between your hands and the earth. Spin your biceps up. Inhale, come forward into a kneeling plank. Exhale, bend the elbows to just like a 1 inch into a baby chaturanga. Press it back up and back to extended child's pose. Let's go again. Inhale, move forward. Exhale, bend the elbows maybe 2 inches. Press it back up and sit it back. Come on, let's keep going. 3 inches. And back. Shift forward again, 4 inches, getting closer to our ideal chaturanga. And now come forward, press all the way down, pause, hold your chaturanga, hold it, hold it, hold it. Press it back up, float your knees off, hold it here. Squeeze the inner thighs towards each other, squeeze your glutes. You might start to shake, I know I am. And I'll rock the hips up and back, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Hold it here, steady. Full breath in, full breath out. Step your feet as wide as your mat. Shift your weight back, walk the hands towards the feet. Once your heels land on your mat, ground them down, but just take a look to the left and to the right to see that the outer edges of your feet are indeed lining up with the edges of your mat. Once you have that, bend the knees, move your inner thighs back and apart from each other just to open up, to give your pelvis a bit more room. And now really reach your hands and come up onto the fingertips, stretch arms as long as you can. Take a full breath into the back and sides of your rib cage. Now the exhalation, draw your navel in. Functional forward fold. Hold it here again. Huge breath in. Keep weighting the heels. You can even lift your toes up. One more full breath in. Full breath out. Go ahead and walk your hands in a little bit closer towards your feet and heel toward your feet back to hips distance. Bend your knees a little bit more and then slowly come all the way up. Bring your hands to the heart, sit back chair. Inhale, sweep it up. Exhale, chair. Inhale up. You can do whatever you want with your arms. I'm just really close to my walls, so I can't really get too excited with it and fling my arms all around. But you can circle your arms around as you come up and bring them to the heart as you sit back. Feel free to lift your heels off as you lift up and ground them as you sit back. Even pick up the pace if you want to get your heart rate up a little bit more, get the blood pumping, stoke the fire, if you will. Up to you. Few more. Next time you come up, reach all the way up. Lift the heels up, bring your palms to meet, interlace the fingers, except the index, wrap your left thumb over the right. Move the inner thighs back, draw the navel and ribs in, hold it here. And release. Hands to heart. Whew. I'm huffing and puffing already. We've barely scratched the surface. Okay, take a big breath in, bring your arms up, grab a hold of your left wrist with your right hand, and now arc it up and over to your right. Inhale through center, switch your grip, and exhale up and over. to your left. Once again, back to the middle and up and over to your right. Through the middle, switching your grip and up and over to your left. Come back to center, take your hands around behind you and interlace your fingers. Bend your knees a little bit here, and as well as bend your elbows. Reach your spine back, lift your heart up for chest expansion. Keep the spine in neutral so you're not letting the ribs flare and the booty stick out. Keep everything in neutral and just curl the heart forward and up as you move your spine further away from you. Take a full breath in, lift up, and on your exhalation, hinge at the hips. Bend your knees a bunch and let your belly rest on the top of your thighs. Crown of your head is moving down to the earth. Move your spine up and over, opening up the shoulders. Draw the head of your arm bones up away from your ears. Take an inhale and come into a flat back. On the exhalation, bend your left knee and twist over to your right. So the spine is going to move over to the left. Right leg straightens out and draw the right hip back a little bit. Slowly come back to center, rebend both knees, and I'll switch sides. So as you bend the right knee a little bit more, straighten out the left leg and draw the left shoulder blade back towards the middle of the spine and spin the right rib cage over to the left. Maybe take your gaze up and over to the left. And I'll slowly come back to center. Release your fingertips to the earth and walk yourself out to a full plank, Palankasana. Hold your plank. Really claw or dig your hands into the mat. Squeeze the inner thighs and shins. Forearms are also hugging in towards each other. Full breath in, full breath out. Inhale here and exhale, hips up. Sweep your right leg up, bend your knee, and open up your hip without allowing the left side of the rib cage and armpit to collapse. Step your right foot forward to the top of your mat. Here's where you could grab your blocks if you wish, underneath your hands, just to give you a little bit more room to play with, or come up onto your fingertips. Take a huge breath in here, curl the heart forward, draw the right hip back. On your exhalation, straighten out your right knee, lift up the toes, pivot on the ball of your left foot, drop your heel and fold. Inhale, come back to the runner's lunge, bend the right knee, drop the pelvis, lift the heart forward and up. Exhale through the mouth if you wish. Here we go again. Shift it forward into the lunge and step it back, if you will, into that pyramid, long stance. Shift forward. Exhale it back. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Inhale forward. Exhale it back. Hold it here. Back heel is down, right toes are up. Draw your right hip back. Take your peace fingers, grab a hold of your big toe of the right foot. Take a full breath in, heart reaches forward. Exhale, fold. Any amount, elbows are pointing out as opposed to down towards your mat. Shoulders away from ears. Bend the right knee if you need to. Take some of that pressure off of your hamstrings, but drag the heels actively towards each other. Breathe. Release, rebend your right knee and pick up the left heel and turn it so that the foot becomes more parallel to the end of the mat. Take your hands and walk them out. I'm just going to turn around so you can get a better view of this, or maybe I'll face this way. So you're in your warrior 2 stance. You're going to take your hands and walk them out. So let's say the right foot is at 12. You're going to walk your upper body and arms out to about 10. Move the inner thighs back so the biceps are alongside the ears and hold it here. You're still dragging the heels towards each other and you're spinning the inner thighs back and you're really, really reaching as far, like your functional forward fold. Hold it there. On your next inhalation, slowly lift up and walk back, hands around the right foot, lift your left heel up, spin the toes forward, step it back to plank. Rest your knees, lower all the way down, pass through chaturanga.
Come up onto the fingertips. Take an inhale. Lift the heart up for Cobra, Bhujangasana. Exhale, slowly release. Plant your hands, press through your kneeling plank, up and back to downward facing dog. Second side, sweep your left leg up, bend the knee, open up the hip, and I'll step it forward to the top of your mat. Good, up on your fingertips. Inhale, heart moves forward and up. Exhale, straighten out your left leg, lift the toes, drop your right knee, fold. So flowing with it, inhale forward, exhale it back. Last one here, shifting forward, and now shift it back and hold. So draw your left hip back, move the heart forward. You can stay here and fold or grab a hold of the big toe, pull your heart forward, big breath in and exhale into the fold. On your next inhalation, re-bend your left knee and just bring your right foot so it's parallel. Good. Bring the left arm on the inside and now walk over to 2 o'clock with your hands coming up onto the fingertips. Keep the left hip moving back, but now spin the inner thighs of both legs back. Big breath in and exhale, fold. Feel the power of your inner thighs working. Feel the breath filling up the rib cage, expanding at 360. Exhale, draw your navel in. Inhale, lift up, start to walk back. Turn your right toes forward, step it back to plank. Rest your knees, bypass chaturanga, come all the way down. Keep your palms down this time. And take an inhale, breathe into the mid upper back and lift the heart forward and up for Bhujangasana. And exhale, slowly release. Tuck your toes, press up and back, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Hold it here. So this is a sequence coming up that I'm going to ask you to repeat on your own after we go through it once, okay? So pay close and careful attention. All right, here we go. Right leg lifts, bend the knee, open up the hip, bring your knee to your nose. Inhale, bring the leg up again and to the nose. So you'll do that 5 times. 5 is the magic number 1 for each of the elements. Hold it here in number 5. Lift your gaze to your thumbs and step your right foot to the top of your mat. Draw the right hip back. And now slowly come up into a high lunge, bend all of your fingers and bring all of the elements together in Hakini Mudra. So each of the fingers have a little bit of a bend in them and you're pressing the fingertips into each other. Bring the mudra to your heart. Shift your weight into the right leg. Bring your left knee up. Flex the ankles, spread the toes, and cross your left leg on the top of the right. Sit back into standing pigeon pose. Take your peace fingers and grab a hold of your left big toe and slowly come up into Padangusthasana. Extend the left leg out, right arm moves up. Release the left foot, keep it up. Come back to the mudra, bend your left knee and step it back into warrior 3 with Hakini Mudra. The mudra can stay at your heart or you can extend the mudra out, creating one long line of energy. Fingertips now, bring the mudra to the floor, move into standing splits. Do not open the hips, keep the hips square. So push energetically through the left ball of the foot and heel, draw the right hip back, Spin the left thigh up. Bend your right knee and let the left toes lightly touch the floor. Sweep your hands back. Bend the left knee, straighten out the right. Lift the right toes off. Fold. Shift forward to the lunge, low lunge. Plant your hand, step it back. Downward facing dog. Let's take a vinyasa. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale into Bhujangasana, Arctic Urdhva Mukha, Svanasana, up dog. Exhale, hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Second side, left leg lifts. Bend the knee, open up the hip. Sweep the knee forward to the nose or to the forehead. 4 more. 3. 4. 5. Hold it here, number 5. Step the foot forward. Set your foundation, come on up, Hakini Mudra. Hold it here. Left hip is moving back, you're spinning the right thigh up. Bring the mudra to your heart. Shift the weight into the left leg, bring your right knee up. Spread the toes, keep them alive and vibrant. Cross your right ankle on top of your left thigh. Sit back into pigeon. Right peace fingers, grab a hold of right big toe. As you extend through both knees to stand up, extend the left arm up. Remember, the knee can stay bent if you need it to be. Hold it here. Push and pull on the big toe. Release, leave the leg up. Come back to your mudra. Bend the right knee, mudra to the heart. Transfer yourself into warrior 3. Right leg is moving back. Left hip is also moving back. Extend the mudra or keep it at your heart, your choice. Slowly release the mudra to the earth for your standing splits. Bend your left knee, softly rest the right toes to the back of the mat. Sweep your hands back. And as you sweep it back, straighten out the left knee, bend the right, lift up the left toes and fold. Move forward into the runner's lunge, step it back, downward facing dog. Shift forward plank, chaturanga, take up dog or cobra, exhale, downward facing dog. All right, once again, on your own, if you can remember it, hopefully you can. Right leg lifts. Open up your hip, knee to nose or forehead. Hold the knee to the forehead, step it through. Come on up into your lunge, Hakini. Move a little bit faster, come forward. Pigeon. Pigeon. Stand up, hand to foot, leg up, warrior 3. Warrior 3, standing splits. Funky pyramid, lunge, downward facing dog. Leave out the vinyasa, left leg lifts. Knee to forehead. Step it through. Lunge with Hakini. Standing pigeon. Hand to big toe. Leg stays up. Warrior 3. Standing splits. Funky pyramid. Low lunge. Vinyasa. Let's take a peek. See how it's going. Ooh, got it in you? One more round? No? Ooh, yeah, go for it. One more round, ladies. And we'll all meet up in downward facing dog or child's pose. So after your lunge, come into your pigeon, hand to big toe, leave the toe leg out, warrior 3, come into your standing splits, funky pyramid, low lunge. Take your vinyasa or go straight into the second side, your choice. Left leg lifts, knee to nose or forehead 5 times. On the 5th one, step it through. Once you've completed both sides and done your vinyasa, come back to downward facing dog. Hold it here. So a few rounds of breath. Slow your breath down. I don't know how to break it to you lovely ladies, but guess what's next? Come up high into the balls of your feet and bend your knees, lift your gaze to your thumbs. Step, step, or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold again deeply. Bend your knees and inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Sun salutations, A, 5 rounds. Inhale, sweep it up. Exhale it down. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, jump back or step back. Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Hold. Hold the breath out. On your next exhale, bend the knees. Lift the gaze to the thumbs. Step or hop forward. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold, bend your knees, rise up. Exhale, hands to heart. Off you go again. Big breath in, sweep it up. Exhale it down. If you know it, go for it. Step or jump back to chaturanga. Yogi's choice. You can always pause with a plank first. Rest the knees, lower, depending on how you're feeling. Hello, this is Boris. Boris and I are really close, especially when I practice. If you're stepping forward, remember to change the foot you step forward with. So you're not always stepping forward the same way. Good. 3 more rounds. On your own, keep it moving. Remember, modify as you need to. And modifying here, you can always watch or choose to rest. Once you finish your 5th one, we all meet up in downward facing dog once again. Okay, looks like we're almost all there.
Let me just fix my AirPods. Good stuff. Looks like we're there, where everybody's there. Good job. All right, downward facing dog. Right leg lifts. Shift your body weight forward. Bring the knee over to your left tricep, the right, and back up. Knee in, shift forward, left tricep, right tricep, and three-legged dog. 2 more times. Step the right foot to the outside of your right hand. Lift up the toes and move from the hip to open up the toes a little bit to the right. Drop the left knee, curl the heart forward. Exhale, pick the left knee up, shift back, lift the right toes up. So let's flow with this. You can add a little lion's breath. So let's shift forward with the knee down. Exhale, stick the tongue out, look up at your third eye. And inhale, rock it back. Or whatever clearing breath you prefer. Last one here. Hold it in your lizard lunge. You can stay up on your hands or come down onto your left forearm, a little bit over to your left. Drag your right heel and the left knee forward towards each other to scissor the legs to activate the power of your inner thighs. Walk your left knee back so you're not on the patella of the biscuit, but on that little soft spot above. Go ahead and bend your left knee. Pull the heel into the left butt cheek. Reach the right arm way out in front of you. And now sweep the right arm all the way back and catch a hold of your left foot. Once you catch your left foot, press the foot into the hand and draw the right arm bone back. Spin the left rib cage around to the right inner thigh. Lean back a little bit or over to the left side and look up for twisted monkey lunge. Spread the toes of your left foot. Feel your shoulder blades. Gently lift your heart up. Keep that hugging in energy of the inner thighs to support you in your posture. From here, we're going to release and step it back to three-legged dog. Slowly, carefully release. Plant your hands and step it up. Three-legged dog, right leg lifts. Step it forward to the top of your mat. By your right hand, go ahead and drop your left heel, either lining it up with the front or walk your right foot in to line the heel up with the back arch. Reverse cartwheel up into Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. Hold your Warrior 2. Spin your right palm up and curl it back for reverse warrior, Viparita Virabhadrasana. Left hand either to your left leg, the heart, or bring it around to your right hip crease. Sweep your right arm forward, forearm to the thigh, left arm circles around into Parsva Konasana, side angle. From here, we're gonna go into, I don't know, I think they call it crouching ninja, tiger, something, I don't know. But here, listen carefully. You're going to bend your left knee, shift your hips back, straighten out your right knee, lift the toes up, and then sweep the left arm back. Bring your index and thumb together for Prithviti Mudra, a grounding mudra. Hold it here. Shift forward, circle the left hand down, pick up the left heel, and sweep the right arm up for a twist. Bring the right hand down, step it back, downward facing dog. Your option to rest or take your vinyasa. Full breath in, full breath out.
Left leg lifts. Bend your knee. Shift your body weight forward. Bring your left knee over to the right tricep, to the left, and then reach it up. Keep the knee bent. Shift forward, right, left, back up. Shift forward. Right tricep, left, back up. Last one here. Right, left, back up. Step the left foot to the outside of your left hand. Turn your toes outward. Let your right knee rest. Take a full breath in. Full breath out. So shift it back on the inhale. Lift the toes up. Drop the back heel or push it down as much as you can. On the exhale, you're bending the knee, bringing it down, sticking the tongue out for your lion's breath. Inhale, rock it back. Exhale, forward. Last one. Come on to the right forearm, a little bit over to the right. I kind of go pretty close to the edge of my mat. Good. Once you're steady here, go ahead and bend the right knee, bringing the heel towards the butt cheek. Stretch the left arm way out. Externally rotate through your left shoulder so the thumb is facing up. Reach for your right foot. There it is. Press the foot into the hand. Take a full breath into the back and sides of the body. And on the exhalation, draw the head of the left arm bone back as you move your right rib cage and lung forward or around to the inside of your left thigh. Both shoulder blades should be snugly pressing into the back of the rib cage and guiding the heart forward and up. One more full breath in. Full breath out. Slowly, carefully release, planting your left hand, coming back up onto the right. Sweep your left leg up and back. Three-legged dog. Step it forward to the left hand once again. Drop your right heel and reverse cartwheel up into your Virabhadrasana 2. We're nearly there. Whew. Spin your left palm up, reverse it. Change it up into your side angle. Let's bring our hands into our Pradipati Mudra. Bring the index and thumb together. And now let's arc it back or sweep it back into our funky ninja. So bend the right knee, left toes lift, left leg straightens. And now move forward to the front of your mat. Place the right hand. And now sweep the left arm up into your twist. Hug strongly into the midline. Draw the left hip back a little bit. Last vinyasa here, I promise. Take one more big breath in. Exhale, downward facing dog. Shift forward into your plank. Whoops. Lower it into your chaturanga. Take up dog or cobra. Exhale it up and back. Downward facing dog. Roll your body forward to plank. Rest your knees. Take rest in child's pose or untuck your toes and just sit back on your shins. You can close your eyes and just focus on your breath. One more big breath in and out. And then go ahead and come into a kneeling position, tucking your toes under, and then walk your knees so that they are as wide as your hips. If you have a yoga block handy, grab it, wedge it between the thighs, and then really press from the pelvis down into the earth and hug generously into your yoga block. If someone were to try to take it, they could not get it away from you. So bring your hands out in front of you, bend your elbows a little bit here, bend all of your fingers and bring the tips of your fingers to connect. We're going into a variation of camel pose where we hold our Hakini mudra. My little fingers don't want to bend. It's really weird. Anyways, bit of a bend in all of the joints, okay? So from here, you're squeezing into your block, imaginary or real. You're gonna hinge your hips back. You can watch me first. So the elbows are deeply bent and the mudra is hovering in front of your heart. You're hinging the hips back to a degree. And as you're hinging back, you're moving the mudra away from the heart and up towards the third eye. And you're gonna lift the heart up and keep reaching the mudra away as you lift your heart up. Keep squeezing into your block and you hold it here. Then you lift up and come back to here. Okay, if you did it with me, you got to do it again. Okay, so come back up if you did sit back down like I did. Tuck your toes. Support your knees with more padding if you need it. Mudra is at the heart. Ground down from the pelvis, side body long. In fact, less stretch. So forgive me, stretch your arms up, grab a hold of your left wrist, ground down, lift up and over. Come back to the middle, switch your grip. Ground down and then lift up and over. Okay, excellent. Come back to Hakini now. Hinge the hips back. So try not to bend. You're just leaning back, if you will. Maybe that's a better term to use than hinge. Just lean back, and as you lean back, keep the mudra here and now start to stretch the mudra up. And as you're stretching the mudra away from you, lift the heart up. Keep squeezing into your block, imaginary or real. Hold it here. Make sure you can swallow. Inhale, lift all the way up, and exhale, release your toes and sit back. Remove the block and have a seat. Close your eyes. Go ahead and come onto your hands and knees. Kickstand your feet off to one side. Shift your hips back and bring your legs around to the front. So just a teeny tiny bit of core work before we get down onto the floor to wrap up our practice today. So feet are going to be at hips distance and you're pressing your feet down into the earth. And you're just gonna hinge back. There's that term again. Keeping the spine long. So interlacing your fingers, bringing your hands to the back of your head. Take your right leg up. You're going to stretch it out and you're going to twist to the knee and lower it down. Okay, we'll do 10 of these per side. Ready? So right knee comes up. Take a big breath in. Exhale, twist. As you inhale, come back to center. Stretch the right leg, raise, lower it down. You can exhale through the mouth if you like. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Second side. The left knee comes up. Big breath in. Exhale, twist, release. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And release. Inhale, reach it up. Scoot forward, just in case you need to. Make sure you have enough room behind you. Exhale, drop the arms down to shoulder height. Take a big breath in. Exhale, you're gonna either roll down slowly here with me, or you can come all the way down if you need to. Big breath in, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. When you get to just hovering above your mat, hold it there. Hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it. Stretch the legs out, reach the arms above you, let the shoulder blades touch. Hold it here for a hollow hold. Hold it, hold it, hold it, and release. Whew. Let your entire body just melt. Soften everything. Take a full breath in. Exhale. Out. Just push all that air out. 2 more. Good. Bring a little bit of energy back into the body. Bend your knees. Walk the feet a little bit wider. Just let the knees fall in. So coming back to your constructive rest position. Couple of rounds of breath here. Then we're taking it into Setu Bandha Sarvangasana, or bridge pose. Before we move into our bridge, bring your arms into cactus. Just separate your knees, but do not move your feet, and let both of the knees now move over to your right. Slowly bring your knees back up through the middle and allow them to fall over to your left. Bring your knees back up to center. Bring them into the chest, but on either side of the torso, kind of like a happy baby. Good. And now bring your feet to the floor. So again, if you do have a yoga block, you can use your yoga block here for your bridge pose. Just wedge it between the thighs and really hold on to it. Feet are at hips distance. The general rule of thumb is that you should be able to touch the back of your heel with your index finger. If your feet are too far away, you're going to get into your hamstrings. If they're too close, it may put too much pressure on your knee joint. So you want the heels to be in line with the knees, just as you would if you were in a lunge. Arms along the side of your body. Press the palms firmly into your mat. Draw the head of the arm bones back so you feel your shoulder blades snugly fitting to the back of the rib cage. Tone the belly, tone the glutes. Squeeze into your block and inhale, lift your hips up. Exhale, hold it here. There's a gentle pressing of the back of the head into the earth. You are generously driving your heels towards your shoulders. Do not let go of your block, whether it's actually there or not.
You can stay here, or you can choose to tuck the shoulders underneath you and walk them a little bit further down towards your heels, and then clasp your hands underneath. Press down through your triceps to lift your chest closer to your chin without allowing your chin to drop towards your chest. Hold it here. If you're not using a block, you can play with your bridge by bringing one leg up and then the other. If you're feeling particularly bendy today, you can always take it into your, oh, the name has escaped me. So let's just call it wheel pose for now. Oh, Dhanurasana. There you go. Take one more full breath in. And on your exhalation, slowly walk the shoulders out if you chose that option and lower back down. Pause. Don't make any moves. Go ahead and roll onto your side and press yourself up into a seated position. Bring the soles of your feet together. And then move your heels close to your groin, holding on to either your ankles, or I kind of prefer to hold on to the tops of my feet. So this is our Baddha Konasana. I think I call this Cobbler's Cove once when I was teaching a class. Anyways, so we're not going for the forward fold. We're keeping the spine upright, but we're still going to hinge forward as if you wanted to go into a full forward fold. So pushing the soles of your feet together and pressing the edges of your feet into the earth. So hold on to them. Take a full breath in into the back and sides of the rib cage. Lift the heart up. Now the exhalation, ground down from the pelvis. See if you can tilt the pelvis forward and then hinge forward and use your elbows to guide the knees down. So you're keeping the spine long. Press down from the pelvis and inhale, come back upright and exhale, release. Keep your right knee where it is, but stretch your left leg out. So pressing the back of the left thigh down, keeping the toes and knee pointing up. If your knee's off, support it with your block or throw a pillow. Janu Shirshasana, take a full breath in. Under an exhalation, just hinge from the hips and fold. Press the back of the left thigh down. Inhale, come back up. And exhale, release. Go ahead and change sides. As you're ready, press down, anchors to your legs and pelvis. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, hinge. Ground down and inhale, rise up, and exhale, release. Okay, good. So if there's any other finishing pose you like to do before you head into Shavasana, feel free, give you a few moments to explore that. Otherwise, you can spin your legs around once again, come on down onto your back. Bring your arms out into a capital P. Bring your knees into your chest, and you're going to lower your knees over to the right. So now if you wanted this stretch to get more lower back, you could bring your feet down, scoot the hips over to the left, and then let the knees stay here. But if you want to get the twist more into the mid upper back, bringing the knees up to your arm in that capital letter T will take it into the mid upper back. So I'll let you decide for yourself where you want to feel that stretch more, and you choose your option. This is if you don't have a finishing pose you like to do first, of course. Tone your belly, bring your knees back up through the middle, regardless of which option you've chosen. Swish your hips over, knees into chest or feet to the floor, and drop the knees over to the opposite side. This is going to be fun. Go ahead and bring your knees back to center. Draw them into your chest. And wrap your arms around your shins or around the back of the thighs. Just hug it in. Take a gentle rock from side to side. And then come to stillness. One last squeeze. And then bring your feet to the floor and extend your legs fully. One foot each corner of your mat. Arms slightly away from your body with your palms facing up. Making any adjustments here so that your body feels equally weighted on your mat. So taking that scan from the crown to the soles of your feet. And just making sure that you're not allowing yourself to hold on to any tension or any resistance. Give yourself the space to completely be at ease here. And then turn your attention towards the breath. Rest in your breath and enjoy the next few minutes of quiet relaxation. Once again, coming back to the breath, coming back to the body, inviting movement into the body once again, and gently waking up in a way that feels super supportive, moving your fingers, your toes, extending your arms above your head and stretching it out. You can gather your knees into your chest and give yourself a great big hug. And you can bring your feet to the floor, roll onto your side and just pause there for a moment. Just giving yourself that opportunity to acknowledge anything that may have come up for you during your practice today. And then making your way up into a comfortable seated position, bringing your hands to your heart. We'll close our practice with a sound of Om. So if you're not about this Om thing, you can always just say yes. Take an inhale and exhale out through the mouth, and then inhale, exhale for Om. Thank you so much for choosing to share your energy with me and to trust me to guide you through your practice today. Be free, be true, and always be you. Blessed be.